They got relationship problems.
Living angry. Can we turn down the music?
You have a banjo band in your front yard.
He talking shit. What is going on, gang? It is your boy Taco. First and foremost, shout out to my Patreons. Thank you guys for supporting these and making it possible for me to get these out to you guys. With that being said, if you would like early access to these, I should probably be on episode 6 or 7 by the time that these are coming out to YouTube. I've decided, yeah, I'm gonna at least do the first season, put a couple out on YouTube, see what happens with it. If not, if it's kind of crickets, then I'll just continue watching it on my own. But I do kind of want to share the experience with people on YouTube. I just need that interaction there to want to put them there. I don't know if we'll have another phone call with Frank or not, depending on how this episode goes. So if this is your first video of mine that you're checking out, make sure you check out my episode 1 reaction that has a phone call with Frank Freezy where we just gush about the show for about 10 minutes straight. Also in the comments, let me know if you came from Frank Freezy's channel and if you've seen him, and if you haven't, you should also check him out. Great reactor with a lot of stuff on his channel, and I believe by the time I'm starting this show to get on YouTube, he's probably done with the whole first season and has it there, so you could watch, and you could probably watch all his if you wanted to. We gushed about the show so much, how much depth there is with these characters, some of the racial aspects that they address, and then also like some things going on with like the church that Lestat seems like that really irked him about Louis' brother's character. Or is it Louis or Lou that irked him about his character? And then I thought about it again when I was just watching it as I was doing my Patreon version of this of episode 1. He's really against anything that has to do with God or calling on God for help. And I wonder if maybe when he was turned to a vampire, if he was turned, I don't know if he started off a vampire or if he was turned, was he like pleading or wanting God to help him, and he felt like God had never answered his call? He might have said it in the first episode when he was talking to his brother. He also cut him off before he said so much, and I was just so lost in how chaotic it was that I don't even know what he said. I'd have to go back and listen to it. Nonetheless, let's get into this episode. Let's see what's going on. And I also think Lestat played a part in his brother dying. Also, Lestat's my favorite character.
We call it the ground. It won't disturb your meal, which is ready now.
Did you always work for him?
Please, have a seat.
Sign an NDA? I mean, is it only work, or are you and he...
I serve a god. It is my honor to serve.
Fattening me up for the inevitable end?
They even have masks for like, are they doing COVID protocol? The blood he needs.
He is... You missed at least 3 or 4 endangered species.
I want to apologize for my outburst earlier.
This is session 2. Louis.
Outburst? Did he have an outburst?
Can we turn down the music?
Ajo Blanco.
Bliss was merely a stage in my transformation. Pain followed. A seizing and unrelenting pain through which I would pass before my apprenticeship began.
What's happening? Your body is confused. Your lungs feel like water, your heart fire. You feel as if you're dying. Because you are. Graveyard nearby, so.
He's so nonchalant.
We live off the blood of the living. Lap up the blood of the deceased and it'll suck you right down into death along with your victim.
Oh. He's alive? Tripping.
There's a spark.
That ain't no good for my eyes. It's so backwards.
As if I had walked my entire life as a dead man.
He felt alive.
And now, dead, could finally receive the secrets of
Yeah, backwards.
Follow my voice. A single string.
Oh, he can hear their like heartbeats pulsing.
They were your brothers and sisters once, but now they're your savory inferiors. A young Tempranillo. Rather plain otherwise.
Yo.
You have the power
Describing
to
it like
do
it's
anyone you want.
fucking wine.
Sometimes restraint is your most powerful weapon.
No, not the sailors, not the petty officers.
Spend most of the evening trying to separate him from his crew. You'll race the sun for the kill, and when he turns up missing in the morning, you'll have half the frigate on the prow looking for him. It's best to let the food come to you.
So explain how you did him.
Desperate to feed.
So I'm taking my daughter to look at horses, palominos. You know those. I'm doing pretty good for myself.
He don't want to hear that shit. He want to eat you.
So I'm actually entertaining.
He ain't even worried about you. He just want to take a bite, bro.
You gentlemen down here.
Sugar.
This is one of the best portrayals of like the thirst that they always talk about. Like usually you just see them like screaming and being like, ah, with their fangs being out, but like he's really like biting his lip. Like you can hear the pulses of people. Like he can't pull away. So as far as showing the thirst, they're doing a great job.
Beginning to frighten the man.
So I look at my daughter's tear-stained face. That's why your daddy sells tractors. International Harvester Formal. Scared beast of burden.
He's still with them.
Just to be clear here, gents, we are here to talk about farm equipment. Am I right? Tears.
Oh, his poor daughter.
Sleeve.
Whenever you're ready, Louis.
I knew it. I knew it.
The neck, bite the neck, Louis. No, you don't bite the blood. You suck it.
He's so nonchalant.
The first time is the most unwieldy. Soon you'll be a natural. You come to enjoy it.
I gotta go home.
And your family?
I have to go see Grace and Paul.
Reality's hitting him.
You ain't me.
Oh, he's just as strong now.
I need to go home.
But you're untamed. You can't. Oh, the sun. Oh, brother. Motherfucker finna turn to ash.
Sun gives life to everything but us.
One of the best depictions of what that does to them as well too. Sometimes with vampires, like you always in movies, don't get me started on Twilight, jump into the sun and start glittering and shit. But sometimes some movies, like as soon as they touch the sun, they're gone, or they explode, or they turn to in Underworld, they just turn to like cement statues immediately. But here it's that painful burning ash, like I gotta get the out of here type of shit, which is like it makes it like, now that he's about to give this explanation, it almost makes that even more poetic, because it's like what he's saying, like it takes life from us and all this type of shit.
Perfect setting for a vampire home. Vampire romance.
He's manipulated the out of this situation too, and basically trapped you there with him.
Get to your own soon enough. You can be on top.
All f***ed up, burned up.
He rushed me headlong through the encounter as if it was something to put behind us.
Like
Death, rebirth.
How's sexuality play in that?
It's a complicated question.
I mean, there's some parts in
And
that.
we shouldn't conflate it with the salesman's death.
Two things can be right, and I like that the show is going at it right now to try to make you almost feel like you need to pick. But no, he can still be going through what he is with his sexuality and how bad it is, and he can still be right that you are becoming a f***ing monster and you took away somebody's daughter. Not that it was like something that you wanted to do, but you know, like I like when a show does that, where there's no truly wrong or right answer, and they make the two sides kind of fight against each other.
Is this the primary tool one walks away with after downloading your internet class?
Hey yo. that a fox? Damn.
The ability to see a human life in its entirety, not with any mawkish sorrow of being the end of that life.
And this is what I was talking about on the phone call with Frank, is like, it's as wrong as what we see them doing is, like, they're detached from humanity. Like he said right here, like they almost see themselves as the way to end whatever they're doing because they are the apex of apex. Like you don't think about the life of the rat before you cut it, you just cut it. So it's hard for me to, like, you want to judge them based on that, but it's hard to judge them on that because they're not human anymore, or whatever that was that connected them to humanity has almost been severed. So I'm kind of curious to when he gets around his family, if he does, how is that going to go? Because that's the only attachment he truly has to humanity anymore, or how that went. I forget. We're watching. You know what I'm trying to say.
It was the right line of questioning. I was haunted by the salesman, and as a fledgling vampire.
When I first started learning English, bored, every word felt like a doorknob falling out of my mouth. And now, I have English consonants to thank for this astonishing jawline.
These are nightmares.
Vampires can read minds, mon cher.
Right. And you gonna sit on that skill for how long? You gonna make me beg?
I want food, I want sex, I want to go home. I want you to peel away every sound until you find his heartbeat. Now hold the heartbeat. You hear his lungs leaking and flooding air. His mind is just another bodily sound.
Day and a half since my last meal. Church says pray about it.
I want food. Shall we?
Cheating with a woman? Because I can't get pregnant.
Sir.
I want sex.
Well, I'll just go home.
Hola.
Wait, I saw a little flash just now of his house.
One reeler almost. Dull, monotonous picture shows. It's a very distracting gift, the petty musings of meat.
Or he probably did, and that's what he can't anymore.
You'll have to tell me yourself. A sacrifice is made when the dark gift is shed.
You can't read my mind anymore?
You're not one of them anymore, fledgling. Chase after phantoms of your former self.
That's the name of the episode. And that's the other part of it.
My unwillingness
I'll
to
break you
separate
over.
from humanity was a constant struggle in my vampiric existence. But it was getting more. Only be here an hour.
I'll see us late and we'll miss Nora's entrance for the Christmas tree.
The wind blew in.
His mama.
Mama, you remember the stop?
I don't want her to see his eyes.
I want to lack all the kindness for the invitation. You have a banjo band in your front yard.
He talking shit.
No.
Don't come see your family for half a season.
He was right back at her though.
And the glasses. Some fashion, certain men like him do, Lord.
Don't read your mom's mind, bro.
Our doc says I gotta wear them from now forward. Sensitive eyes. Think Grace about?
Oh, that's so sad.
It's about a punch bowl.
Oh, been too long.
Resist. Resist.
Oh my.
2 heartbeats?
You making me an uncle out here?
Who told you?
No one told me.
What?
And
And what?
told me twins.
You a fool, Dr. No. Take them glasses off and look at your baby
give me those
sister.
back.
Your eyes. Like a church window. You hide from me this long again, I'll hunt you down and slap you sideways.
Oh, she love that fool.
I got you something.
And that's all they got left, them too. Their brother's dead.
I don't need your money.
It ain't for you, it's for the babies.
Stop it with the babies. One's gonna be plenty.
It's 2 of them.
Well, this will come in handy then.
You got your own personal attorney, do you, boy?
No, sir. But then I'm not an alderman, am I?
That's clever, my boy. It's very clever.
Best to drown out the business behind the wall.
There's an undertone there. And I like that they're not quite up straight addressing it. And he hasn't read his mind. And I hate to say, well, I don't hate to say it. It's my reality and it's my life and what how I grew up. Being from the South, being dark complected, being black, moving around in certain neighborhoods, and every once in a while, not I'm lying. All the time, especially when I was a child or a kid, you get the you're so smart. Oh, you're so well spoken. Oh, you're so well behaved. What the f you really like? What are you really trying to? You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying something without saying it. And I like that the show is who wrote this. I'm gonna have to look that up because it's there.
I trust you overseeing all stages of construction as well. You really have earned your 15%. You truly are an exceptional.
Man, get the. You feel me?
Oh, Foxtaco.
Exceptional.
I'm pissed.
It was the call and response of my entire life.
Yep, shake your hand and then go on.
Smile, nod.
I feel seen because that is a life that we can walk. Dude. We already talked about it, so I don't need to beat over it again, but man, y'all know the vibe, bro. Come on.
I wasn't a man anymore. I had powers now and decades of rage to process, and it was both random and unfortunate the man picked that night to dabble in fuckery. If not him, would have been the next man.
This was your man's escort I sent to these states.
I was hungry. Told me I did a good job.
And call me boy. No, now let's stop. You can't do that right after last episode. You were talking about these people holding you down and doing all this bullshit and but he can't read his mind anymore. So I guess he would have to tell him what actually truly happened, which is like he was belittling me in a very covert way, and I ain't with that. And now I'm not human, like I was just saying. I'm a vampire, so fuck you. I'm gonna eat you.
Yes, let's have this conversation again.
Color, white, Creole, French.
Non-discriminating. This was an important man in town. The police will be looking for this man fledgling.
That's why we got this piece here now, because it sounded a little like
slave.
Well, that's what it sound like.
They got relationship problems, and they still both got to be in their coffins beside each other.
Living angry.
Last episode I was saying I wonder how they're gonna work out their relationship and stuff, or show their relationship and things like that. But they're showing even like humor, like in the catastrophe and in the blood and shit, and like I still sleep beside you even though we're in separate coffins. Like I don't want to go sleep angry, so I still love you though.
For the record, if disrespect was done to you, I would have killed him myself.
I want to buy the Fair Play Saloon.
Ridiculous of you to mix human and vampire business. It always...
His ambition's gonna drive a fork between them? I mean, because they're not together now, so something happened, you know?
In this paperwork, wherein I continue to eat, drink, and fornicate on the house. Louis?
You have my word? And I was now the owner of the brightest club in the district. My club, my rules.
Black owned.
I had been most delinquent.
We named him Benjamin. Did you even meet the twins?
Oh, ma'am.
Ma'am, I look that old to you.
No, I mean, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting more of the family.
Is the star still right?
Yes, it's Lestat.
Don't want to wake up the baby. You don't want people to hear the name Lestat.
Oh, your nephew. He's the quiet one, this one.
It seems like he's easily able to restrain himself, though. He hasn't had an issue with well, did I speak too soon? Oh, nigga.
Here it is.
Yo, grab your fucking baby. Take the baby back.
Please.
No, he's not good. Oh, hell no.
See it?
No. Don't leave him with that damn baby. He don't want it. Take the baby from him. Relax, bruh.
I no longer kill. My last victim was in the year 2000.
Some Y2K disagreement?
I want our readers to understand that.
Okay. Did you eat the baby? 2 questions. Did you eat the baby? Going down to the beach, catching a few rays?
What on earth would a meth-addicted son of a coal miner in West Virginia want with eternal life?
Did you eat the baby?
Or the Arab youth whose family were wiped
Did you
from
eat the
existence
baby?
by a Western drone? No, I'm sure you're right. Hello, Demick.
Hey. In North Dubai. Planchable.
I haven't had the time to sightsee.
Go to Kite Beach. It's good.
I'm confused. Is homie not a vampire?
Saying I no longer kill.
He finna pass the out.
The baby.
Yeah. Get back to the baby.
I had him in my arms. I was ready to tear into him. I'm never gonna get control over it.
You've been skipping meals lately. It's a rite of passage for all of us. Bear them all the pain that you are causing.
You speak so nonchalant, motherfucker.
No daughter.
I'm your family, Louis. Dedicated, as thoughtful.
It is. I mean, it's some straight up vampire shit. Like, even if he does love him or whatever, like, it's some super manipulation shit, manipulative shit that he's done to him and put him in this situation, and everything he just glosses. Don't speak to my fucking family no more. He just glosses over it like it's like la da 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 da. But like I said, you can't. However long he's been alive, to him, he's probably like that. Probably don't even register to him as something that would hurt because he's probably so far removed from that himself.
Let's take a holiday.
Rome, Italy?
Would you prefer Rome, Wisconsin?
I can't just pick up and go to Rome. I got a business to run.
Leave the Azalea to the capable hands of Miss Bricktop and follow the Appian Way.
How you gonna get coffins across the Atlantic?
That can be an inconvenience, but not impossible, obviously. Not another opera, Donizetti's comic masterpiece, Don Pasquale. I was an acquaintance of his, and I saw the premiere at the Salvento do 73 years ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I have a private box, and I had tuxedos made. I've been neglectful of our romance.
It's not gonna work out. That shit is. There's.
He had a way about him those first years, Lestat.
He's avoidant or something.
Occasionally thoughtful. He didn't choose me to be his doormat. I knew he enjoyed it when I fought back, but there was present. Status I enjoyed in Storyville did not extend itself to the operators and patrons of the French Opera House on Bourbon and Toulouse. I performed as his valet. Walked a pace behind him. Took his overcoat once we found our seats. Remained standing in the back of the box until the lights went down, and only joined next to him once the overture had begun. And again, simmering in my...
That's sad as fuck.
Lestat seized it as opportunity to disarm me.
That I most fear above all else, and that is loneliness. You can't imagine the emptiness.
Is it manipulation or is he being real?
Stretching out for decades at a time.
Yeah.
And take precaution.
We can't be the only ones.
How many vampires? Not many, I'm afraid. Maybe 100.
It's cute. I mean, it's sweet though, but at the same time, it's like.
That was where Lestat separated man from food. I was moved to see he too had his human attachments.
Yeah, they humanizing him.
And this woman sang for us, it seemed. There was one issue, however, that threatened to pop the bubble of our Italian holiday. He did not live in the Sopranos' vocal stratosphere.
Oh, he's fucking up.
Lestat was unamused.
So?
I don't understand how someone like that can make it onto a stage. I understand they're a road company, but are they pulling talent from roadside gas stations?
Vampire's back. Is he hitting all the notes he's missing?
It didn't help matters that the majority of the audience didn't seem to notice. And so Lestat oscillated his disdain between the tenor and the witless swamp dwellers in the seats below. Which could mean only one thing.
He's gonna f him up.
The hunt was on. As rounds were bought and
see what I mean about how they make it so confusing for you? Like, that's what I like about his character. Like, as soon as they humanize him, like, it's right back to, oh, you not hitting the right fucking notes.
Here I was, 6 years his pupil, and it was no different than the tractor salesman, someone's brother, and he was to be butchered for what?
No.
An offending note?
Wrong.
He's gonna mock him first before he kills him.
Opened up the score in front of him, and you could see all the doubts the young man had about his art, about himself.
He wants to embarrass him first.
Agreeable face, confidence, of joy.
Evil.
In less than half an hour.
Ecco. E dove è finita la tua voce? Sto tarando prematuramente il nostro povero Domenico Gaetano Marini. Come faccio io a sapere tutto ciò?
Cause I heard him.
Ero nel suo salato quando l'ha scritta. So no more of your sound can pollute this world.
But doesn't this kind of mirror what happened? No, it doesn't. It's different, right? It's different because his was on some racial shit. His is just on about music. I was gonna say, but maybe Lestat will try to boil it down to that. Like, you kill somebody because you ain't like something they said to you too. So I'm just killing out of this motherfucker, fucking up notes.
Well, I like to do it. I enjoy it.
Well, I don't. You don't have to humiliate him.
Well, I don't say that you have to enjoy it! Kill them swiftly if you have to, but do it! Embrace what you are! You are a killer, Louis!
Get you to the couch to die.
It's probably a crazy way to die.
Lestat was an artist. He had cut the man tenderly so that he could not call for help, but also so that his death was slow. And this time they came with vision. I could see his life as he remembered it. Scenes from an Italian childhood. An afternoon with his father on the sea.
Bro.
With all the life you can hold, you will see death in all its beauty. You alone of all creatures can see death with that impunity. You alone, under the rising moon.
And I'll say it for a third time, and no more. He had a way about him, and I was still very much under his power. We would drain the tenor for hours that night.
It's like he's still...
I was wrong. I was never going to be a natural.
So he's still human.
I'm going to savor the aftertaste. A botched vampire.
I like that. Not like it for him, like that's sad, but also just like it adds to the character, like not all, because like I was saying earlier, like vampires are gonna be, basically I was saying vampires are gonna be vampires, but like he's not on that.
I try to have a human dish once a week, maintain the thread. There was an offhanded remark in your memoir about this dessert. I hope you don't mind.
What does this taste like to you?
Like almost all human food.
This is the dessert I had after I proposed to my first wife, after I got my shit together. Little cafe on the Rue Servandoni, up the way from Saint-Sulpice.
I know it. It's a beautiful street.
Half of her eyebrow was blonde, like a mutt. She always dyed it back to brown. I liked it when she left it alone.
They humanizing the out these characters. That was the closing line. I like that as a closing line, bro. Cause it like it almost gives us a peek into him, like he's okay with imperfections and things like that. So now I'm intrigued about his character. So hopefully we get to know some more about him in episode 3 and his first wife. So he's been married maybe a couple times or something like that. And he's failed at a couple things because he was alluding to, getting my shit together. So I don't feel like there's much throwaway lines in this. So I feel like that will come to fruition where we get to kind of understand more about his character. I really like this episode. I talked about it a lot during it. I liked the relationship. I liked the complications of the relationship between Lestat and Rod, and forgot homie's name again. I'm horrible with names, by the way. Horrible with names. So feel free to comment and remind me, like, hey, Taco, it's such and such. But I don't want to call you Grey Worm, bro. and it's gonna take me too long to look up his name. But between the two main characters, how they're kind of bickering, going back and forth, like normal relationship stuff, but with a power dynamic twist, a vampire twist, and a racial undertone aspect to it as well, which makes for a lot of little subtleties or different ways they can play on certain situations, or like the vampire stuff comes with the manipulation and the power dynamics, but then also like the racial aspect kind of has a little bit of that power dynamic as well too. And then they're both male, so like we need to kind of be in secret, and like I'm all you really have. You can't go back to your family, because go back to the vampire aspect, you can't walk in the sun, bro, so you stuck with me. And even if you are around your family, because of you being a vampire, you're gonna feel like you want to eat them. So I like that for the I like the complexities and the circumstances that the characters are being put into, and having to try to find a way to maintain some sense of normalcy for Louis, that's his name, Louis, and how it brings it's making Lestat seem like he's trying to detach him more from everyone else and pull him closer to him. Every time that Louis has a look in his eye, like he was saying, because we're only getting the story from his perspective, he wants to, show restraint or not be close to him. Lestat is disarming him in a way that's just like, it's like he just, it seems like he's got him in his hand for now, and I'm curious to see how he's going to end up pulling away from this guy, and if he's still out there. There's probably like a season 2 or something. Hopefully we get to a point in the story where it's not just the interview anymore, and it's like events that play out like in society. That would be crazy, like they meet again or some shit. Obviously don't spoil me if that is what happens or something. It was a great episode. It was great. I'm excited to watch more. I'm excited to put this out for you guys. I'm not gonna call Frank right now, right? Okay, no, I'm not gonna call him. Maybe we can do like a season 1 review or something together. I don't know. You guys let me know if y'all are interested in that. Maybe Frank can ask his people if they're interested in something like that, and we can just talk about the show. But I appreciate you guys for watching. That's it. Thank you. Shout out to my patrons, man. Y'all make this shit even possible for me. If it wasn't for y'all, I really wouldn't even be doing this shit. I would just call it a day and watch this shit by myself. And I'm being honest about that, because there's plenty of shit I'm putting on Patreon, and ain't shit even came out on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. And thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting and rocking with me even when I'm having health issues with my eyes and different things like that. Like, that really means a lot to me. So thank you. That's it.